Shivaji Maharaj, also known as Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, was a legendary Indian warrior king and the founder of the Maratha Empire in the 17th century. He was born on February 19, 1630, in the hill fort of Shivneri, near the city of Pune in present-day Maharashtra, India. Shivaji Maharaj's story is filled with valor, strategic brilliance and his relentless pursuit of establishing an independent Maratha kingdom. Shivaji Maharaj belonged to the Bhonsle Maratha clan and was born into a noble family. His father, Shahaji Bhonsle, was a respected general in the service of the Bijapur Sultanate, while his mother, Jijabai, was a deeply religious and influential figure in his life. Jijabai instilled in him a sense of pride, courage, and love for his motherland. During his childhood, Shivaji was greatly influenced by the prevailing political and social conditions of the time, which were marked by the oppressive rule of various Islamic sultanates, including the Bijapur Sultanate and the Mughal Empire. These circumstances shaped his vision of establishing a sovereign Hindu state and protecting the interests of his people. As a young man, Shivaji began his military career by capturing the Torna fort at the age of 16, followed by several other forts in the Sahyadri mountain range. He adopted guerrilla warfare tactics, utilizing his intimate knowledge of the rugged terrain, and formed a disciplined and loyal army known as the Mawalas. Through a series of well-executed military campaigns, Shivaji expanded his control over strategically important forts, thus laying the foundation for the Maratha Empire. Shivaji Maharaj's military successes and the establishment of a strong administration led to a significant increase in his popularity among the people. He adopted a policy of religious tolerance, granting equal rights and protection to people of all faiths. Shivaji also implemented several administrative reforms, including the establishment of a council of ministers, revenue systems, and a well-organized intelligence network. One of the most significant events in Shivaji's life was his coronation as the Chhatrapati Emperor of the Maratha Empire in 1674. The grand ceremony took place in Raigad, a fortress that became the capital of his kingdom. The coronation bestowed upon him the title of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, symbolizing his elevated status and authority. Shivaji Maharaj's military prowess and his ability to challenge and defeat much larger and more powerful adversaries, including the Mughal Empire, earned him immense respect and admiration. He engaged in several notable battles, including the Battle of Pratapgarh and the Battle of Sinhagad, which showcased his military genius. During Shivaji Maharaj's reign, he aimed to establish Swaraj, which means self-rule or self-governance. He envisioned a sovereign Maratha kingdom that would be free from the dominance of the Mughal Empire and other foreign powers. Shivaji's initial focus was on consolidating his power and expanding his control over the Deccan region, which comprises present-day Maharashtra. He strategically captured and fortified several forts, such as Rajgarh, Sinhagad, and Pratapgarh, which served as the backbone of his empire. These forts provided strategic advantages in terms of defense, administration, and control over the surrounding territories. Under Shivaji's leadership, the Maratha Empire gradually expanded beyond the Deccan region. He launched successful military campaigns and established Maratha control over key territories in central and western India. Shivaji's empire extended its reach to regions such as Karnataka, Gujarat, parts of Madhya Pradesh, and present-day Goa. Shivaji Maharaj employed various strategies to maintain his authority and expand his territories. He implemented a decentralized administrative system, dividing his kingdom into smaller regions called Swarajyas. Each Swaraj was governed by a trusted administrator or officer known as Subhedar, who was responsible for the local administration, revenue collection, and defense. This system allowed for efficient governance and ensured local participation and accountability. Shivaji Maharaj's military campaigns were not merely aimed at territorial expansion but also at protecting the interests of his subjects. He challenged the Mughal Empire, which was the dominant power in North India, through a series of strategic moves and defensive tactics. He engaged in guerrilla warfare, swift raids, and ambushes, often targeting the Mughal supply lines and weakening their hold on the Deccan region. One of the notable events during Shivaji's reign was the Treaty of Purandar in 1665, which he signed with the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. According to the treaty, Shivaji agreed to become a vassal of the Mughal Empire and cede several forts to them. However, he used this period of temporary submission to rebuild his forces and strengthen his position. Eventually, he resumed his military campaigns and reclaimed lost territories, expanding the Maratha Empire further. Shivaji's political and military successes challenged the prevailing notions of invincibility of the Mughal Empire and established the Marathas as a significant regional power in India. His empire provided a stable and secure environment for trade, commerce, and cultural activities, fostering prosperity and development in the regions under his control. Overall, Shivaji Maharaj's reign marked a transformative period in Indian history. He not only established self-rule in his territories but also laid the foundation for future Maratha expansion and influence in the Indian subcontinent. His achievements in military strategy, administration, and governance continue to inspire and shape the collective memory of India's past.